Okay, day 7 already. It's been a week almost. Well, yeah, today is the week. Um, I wanted to do a playlist of the videos I've been watching, but I will do it off camera because I'm not gonna waste time now. But yesterday we wanted to see a video. Which one was it? Um, it was something about macro, right? Macro. It was from Skill Cap. Wait, I'm gonna search in YouTube. Skill Cap. We saw this one. Oh, this one. Okay, so I guess we'll just see this one. I was
Being one of the
thinking
most
to not watch more videos until I actually need them, because okay, I obviously need them. Okay, I'm not good at the game, but I've learned some things, and maybe I should try to just apply them and create the habit of doing it. Oh, by the way,
all right, guys.
I wanted to upgrade this volume because I think it's you barely hear the game on the video, and maybe lower my voice a little bit, maybe like this. Okay. Um, so yeah, not watching more videos and try to apply the things I've learned so far. But I don't know, I feel like if I don't watch a video one day, it's like that it's like if that day I didn't learn anything. So for now, as I'm not sure what to do, I'm just gonna keep watching videos, a video at least each day, and gain knowledge. And for example, if a video I feel like it's too advanced, or I didn't really understand it, or maybe it's too complex for me to apply it, or because it only works on certain scenarios, and I will just ignore it or not pay too much attention to it. But for now, I am going to keep watching. Also, Skillcap seems to be like a really good explainer or a teacher, okay? Because yesterday we watched a video of a different YouTuber, and it was okay. I mean, he was saying the same things as Skillcap on the video we watched yesterday, but I don't know, it was like too, he was making in his head too idealistic scenarios. I think it was like, if this happens and this happens, then you already won the game. And it's like, I mean, it won't happen like that all the times. So I just want to know general things like fundamentals that I can apply in the most amount of games. You know what I mean? Like general knowledge, not um how do you say, um specific, I think, specific scenarios, or what, no, yeah, specific or particular scenarios. So yeah, now I set up, and we are going to watch this video and then play and blah blah blah. Okay, I mute myself.
In this guide, you're going to learn exactly Alright guys, in this guide, you're going to learn exactly why you suck at mid lane and the simple steps that you need to take to fix it. With mid being one of the most mechanically and skill-expressive roles out of all 5 of them, it can often be really easy to miss some of those subtle mistakes that you're making, which are the reason why you continue to struggle to win lane consistently. So in this guide, we're going to be taking a look at these easy-to-miss mistakes that most low elo players make and how to easily avoid them. From our years of teaching low elo mid laners, we've come to realize that one of the biggest reasons why almost everyone sucks at getting consistent results is simply because they don't get value out of their spells. This is especially true when reviewing players on skill shot based champions like Syndra, Orianna, Lux, and so on. If you feel like you have extremely poor skill shot accuracy in lane, or that you generally just can't build consistent leads, then listen up here. This problem is almost always resolved by completely changing your perspective. That's right, I said your perspective of the laning phase. Before you ever start thinking about your specific matchup, your game plans, your jungler interface, or really anything of the sort, you need to treat mid as a turn-based lane on an action timer-based system. So here's a quick snippet from the laning part of our new mid lane essentials course to explain why.
For our purposes, an action is a time where you or your opponent have to trade, hit a minion with an auto attack or ability, or ultimately concede if the trade or last hit looks too risky to go for. Basically, an action is any time that you have to input an auto attack or ability, or else you'll get punished for it, either it be losing out on CS or losing a trade. Most players just accept last hitting as a given, without putting much thought into it. After all, the first thing you learned when playing League is that you need to CS. But think about it, if we weren't required to last hit minions for gold, every laning phase would pretty much just be a 1v1 skill shot contest like Mundo Dodgeball. That's why you need to understand action timers and how to play around them.
Actions or turn-based trading are the foundation for almost every single mid lane trade, and yet, when we watch low elo, it almost seems like no one even tries to consider this during the laning phase. To show you what we mean, we're going to be reviewing a skill shot heavy matchup here between 2 platinum elo mid laners. Now, as a quick note, do keep in mind that players platinum and below account for 85% of the whole ranked population. So by following what we're about to teach you here, your laning is going to immediately be better than the vast majority of players. Anyway, let's get into the lane we're reviewing here. We're going to be keeping track of how many times both players mess up, so you can get a good idea of how dominant you could be in this elo if you just learn this concept. The lane begins, and Xerath immediately readies up his Q. This is mistake number 1. Take a look at the lane through Ahri's perspective. She isn't forced into any specific action right now. There's no low minions, and she still has her cooldown up. Technically, Ahri is free to do literally anything she wants right now. She could kite up, down, left, or she could even go straight into Xerath and try and fight back. Because she's not in the middle of a forced action, it's literally exactly what our course described. A game of Mundo Dodgeball in which Xerath missed his random skill shot, and now the situation turns with Xerath down a spell and being forced into an action to last hit right now. It's a perfect time for Ahri to punish. So she AFKs and, well, does nothing. We all know this story. Great. Ahri is clearly feeling generous and does something even worse than this though. One thing to understand is that certain actions are more forced than other actions. For example, there's a difference between when an opponent has to last hit a caster minion versus a cannon. During a caster last hit, they are much more willing to give it up to potentially dodge your spell. Now on the other hand, during a cannon, they are far more likely to commit to last hitting it. Think about that as you pay attention to what Ahri just did. She alternated auto attacks between all 3 melees, so they all got low at about the same time. If she were to lose all 3, that'd be the equivalent of missing a cannon minion. So she's forced herself to line up her Q so she can last hit them all at the same time. Seeing that happen, Xerath's immediate instinct is not to Q her while she'll predictably stand, but instead, he walks over to stand exactly where she's obviously gonna Q. Now I'm thinking it's pretty fair to add 5 to our mistakes counter for how insane that sequence of events was. It's ridiculous. Next, both of them are forced into an action to last hit a minion at the exact same time. However, Xerath has Q, whereas Ahri's Q is still down. He had the advantage and could Q both. Another mistake to add to the list. And moments later, Xerath finally shows some promise and looks to Q during Ahri's last hit, but unfortunately misses. Now we're not going to count that as a mistake, as it was actually the right thing to do. Ahri, on the other hand, knows that Xerath's Q is now down and he has to last hit, and she does nothing again. Our next few mistakes are a little bit more nuanced, but if you've been able to follow along so far, you should be able to understand how what both players are about to do makes absolutely zero sense. As the second wave arrives, Xerath wants to fight for level 2, so he cues these caster minions here. The mistake by Ahri here is once again not thinking of the lane holistically, and instead looking at it as an isolated skill shot game. Think about it. If she simply stood still outside her wave and she didn't even try to dodge, Xerath now has two choices. If he Qs her, she has an even bigger advantage in the level 2 race. Not only that, but Xerath would now have a forced action to try to last hit these two caster minions only with auto attacks. It would be very easy to deny or punish that timer. Now, let's discuss what actually happens if Xerath went for option 2, which was to Q the minions. So the problem with this particular Q by Xerath is that it doesn't change his problem. He's still behind on the race to level 2. Ahri's going to kill the melee first, leveling up, and then Xerath is going to be forced to auto attack this melee, giving her a timer to punish with a 2 ability advantage. And she throws that away and Qs the wave instead. Funny thing is, she still has an advantage because Ahri can last hit with her W and trade at the same time. So since both these minions are getting equally low, she can harass Xerath as he's forced to last hit again. Once again, Ahri does nothing. Okay, so at this point, we should all be thinking it is abundantly clear just how little players think about action requirements during the lane phase. Neither side played around these timers at all, except maybe one time by the Xerath. We literally could not go 5 seconds without either of them making a mistake to break down in this video. This is why most low elo mid laners really do suck and are so inconsistent in their laning. Listen, and I know that word is a little bit harsh, but I'm talking about myself here. You're playing the skill shot based role. You absolutely need to play around these action timers or you're going to look exactly like this Ahri and Xerath do every single game. You can tell that they just throw their spells randomly without much thought put into it. And it's not about your mechanics that are bad. Your biggest issue is 100% the timing for how you actually go about your trades. This is the foundation for trading in mid lane. If you want to genuinely improve and instantly become better than over 85% of the ranked population, then you need to sign up to Skillcapped and check out our mid essentials course. There, we go so much deeper into how to properly understand forced actions in mid to completely dominate every lane phase. Not only do we cover laning, but we also cover everything else that you need to succeed as a mid laner. And if you want to see these concepts in action, then you can check out our completely educational Smurf commentaries that show you how to carry in your elo on your main champions. Pretty amazing. We're so confident in these courses that we offer a 5-division rank up guarantee. And if you don't improve while actively using Skillcapped, we just give you your money back. So if you genuinely want to improve, click on the discount link below and sign up today. Let's move on to our next big mistake. So to understand this, we first need a little context for the game that we're about to go into here. Again, we're looking at a platinum elo game between a LeBlanc and a Hwei who is about to do something you should all be familiar with, myself included. Throughout the earlier levels of this lane, all Hwei does is uses QE on the wave over and over and over again. We have all played against this type of Hwei before. They don't want to try to lane versus you, they just want to spam shove over and over and over again. But the really nice thing about this game in particular is that LeBlanc actually punished him for it. Because Hwei barely tried to interact with her, she got some good trades off and eventually managed to kill him. LeBlanc now has a great lead, coming back to lane with 2 amp tomes to just a tier of the goddess. Needless to say, she should have a huge advantage during trades right now, which brings us to a huge mistake a ton of mid laners don't realize that they're making. After another great trade by LeBlanc, the lane, it's going swimmingly. She then clears the remaining wave at the tower, but this is where the downfall really begins. As a mid laner, it is an extremely important concept to always try to be on the wave first. This is true at level 1, but even more so later into the game. It's especially important starting at level 5, as you're about to see. After clearing the wave, it is imperative that LeBlanc walks forward with her minions here to contest the next wave. Instead, she goes to place a random ward, which she doesn't need right now, and as a result, Hwei gets first contact with the wave and does his usual QE. Okay, Skillcapped, who cares about that though, right? You need to remember that one of the most important breakpoints for most mid laners happens at level 5. This is the point where 2 cast of your main spell on the back line kills the casters. The problem with what LeBlanc just did is she gave Hwei an easy out. By pressing QE, even if LeBlanc runs right at Hwei right now, he can just kite backwards a bit and wait for his Q to come back up. Then, when it's ready, he walks forward, QEs again, and destroys the rest of the wave. Even if LeBlanc tries to trade with him, she'd be forced back by all the minions still alive. Hwei could then just base, or roam, or whatever, depending on how that trade went. We see a similar dynamic in the actual game. After his Q, LeBlanc tries to run at Hwei, but he kites backwards for a bit, waiting for his cooldown. Now there is a Blitzcrank gank that goes on as well, but we're just going to ignore that for right now. As you can see, with his Q back up, Hwei can just walk up and kill the rest of the wave instantly. LeBlanc missed that opportunity to trade because she gave him that initial QE cast for absolutely no reason. On the next wave, LeBlanc makes a similar mistake. She should be forward, ready to attack Hwei for using spells on minions. Instead, since she's so far back, Hwei gets to QE the wave again. We see the same issue once again. LeBlanc hits level 6 first and obviously wants to all in with her advantage, but Hwei just kites backwards while his Q comes off cooldown. Then when it's back up, he walks forward to QE again. You can see just how much LeBlanc is struggling to interact with him here. Hwei missed the caster minions with his previous QE, so he walks forward to finish off with QQ. LeBlanc is clearly tilting here because she cannot interact with him, so she desperately goes for a very forced all-in. Needless to say, it doesn't end all too well for her. And just like that, she threw the biggest lead she got in the first place. You absolutely cannot allow your opponents to get first contact with the wave for free, especially starting at level 5. You're basically handing them priority. You're making trading impossible for yourself, and it just makes the lane feel absolutely unplayable if you allow them to clear that wave like Hwei did in this game. While most low elo mid laners don't care enough about not letting their opponent get first hit on the wave, they do care way too much about helping their own teammates instead. Probably one of the most common issues that we notice from mid laners is trying to help their team way more often than they really should. And now a reason for that mentality is because everyone's always saying that mid's biggest strength in the game is their ability to impact the entire map. And while that is true that mid is the center of the map and can easily rotate anywhere they want, it doesn't mean this is the most important thing you should be doing. This is mostly a huge mentality issue. It's a thought process where players just prioritize others over themselves too often. And it is primarily a mid lane issue because it's in the center of the map near so much action. But you are a carry role that should care about your own lane state way more than anything else. The rest of the map should always be secondary to your own lane. As they say, you can't help others before you help yourself. Like this situation, for example. In yet another Platinum Elo game, Sylas takes a great trade onto Twisted Fate and he's forced back and has to base. As that happens though, there's a chase going on in the river. Normally it'd be commendable how fast both players react right here. They clearly have good map awareness. That's a good thing. Except for the fact that they're both actually trolling themselves way too much. So let's start with Twisted Fate. Think about it like this. Sylas is extremely low right now, but he went to go help his Blitzcrank. If Twisted Fate had just ignored this play, based, and teleported back, he could now trap Sylas in lane at really low health. Despite a bad early trade, TF would have complete control over the lane. So not only would he build a lead for himself, but he would also have priority to help out his team in the future pretty dang easily. And now let's focus on Sylas for a second here. He just dominated his lane. Right now, he just needs to reset and make sure he's in a position to capitalize on his lead. Listen, we know that this feels bad in the game to do, but it's often completely acceptable to use your teammates dying to push in your lane knowing you're safe. In this case, Sylas knows his Blitzcrank is being chased by the enemy jungler. That means he's 100% safe to move up and push this wave instantly, without fear of being punished. Now, if he crashes that wave, he can reset, come back, and set up a freeze versus a flashless Twisted Fate. Honestly, it'd be potentially game-winning, especially with a great roaming support like Blitzcrank. Instead, that small delay caused him to miss his chance to crash the wave. He's collapsed on by Rell and Echo, and of course he goes down, losing that big advantage. This is what we mean when we say low elo mid laners care way too much about what's going on in the map. Sylas threw away that lead by trying to help, which defeats the whole purpose of playing his early lane well in the first place. Now, on the other hand, Twisted Fate threw away his opportunity to salvage this lane 1v1. If he hadn't been bailed out, he would have been owned by the Sylas. He had the opportunity to save his own lane without any help, and that is actually how you carry games. Not by banking on hope you have the better team every single time. We're serious here. Mid laners over-helping their teammates, it's by far one of the most common reasons they suck and throw their leads all the time. A mid laner can have an impossible to lose lane setup, but then they'll notice something going on in the map and immediately move to help. Right now, Victor should know his Thresh is probably dead, but he's also gotten perfect intel on the enemy Xin Zhao. If he just went back to mid and played the top side of the lane, he is ungankable from the Xin on the bottom side. He can continue to build a massive lead over this Vex. Instead, he throws away his lead, trying to be a good teammate. Alright, so moving on from that, one final reason for why low elo mid laners suck at being consistent is not understanding the current resource they should be playing around in lane. The most obvious thing to play around in every single game is obviously going to be your opponent's health bar, but this is actually only one of 4 resources that you can actively be playing around to dominate your matchup. Now listen up, because this is important, as mid lane is by far the most diverse role in the whole game. We all know this, and different champions are far better at playing around different resources than others. For example, Lissandra is extremely good at playing around a summoner spell advantage. Because of her E's long range and ultimate stun, anytime her opponent doesn't have flash or cleanse available, she can set up ganks extremely reliably. Despite AD assassins being a little bit mediocre right now in the meta, they have always been amazing at playing around items. Because most lethality items build out of a ton of long swords, they're going to often have a big advantage with efficient purchases compared to a mage counterpart. Understanding the current most important resource you're playing around is really going to make you a much better player than almost anyone you encounter. Most low elo mid laners don't even think about it, which is why they suck at making consistently good game plans to win lane. So enough talk. To show you why, let's take a look at a final platinum elo game versus a Zed and Vel'Koz. So the matchup goes basically how most guides would tell you to play it. We're completely aware of how good the average player in League is these days, and it seems like both sides really know how to play a melee versus ranged matchup. Zed is playing patiently, conceding CS early until he hits level 3 and can start fighting back. Vel'Koz, on the other hand, is building a small CS lead early on and harassing anytime he can. However, everyone knows how to do that already, and every guide on YouTube is going to tell you to do it too. To win games in League these days, you need to plan a little bit better. So that in mind, as Vel'Koz cancels his recall attempt here, we have a little bit of a question for you. Who do you think is currently in control over this lane? Here's both sides' CS and items.
I would say Vel'Koz.
Your immediate instinct might be to think that Vel'Koz is doing well. Zed is at half HP, he's already used his potion, and meanwhile Vel'Koz is still full HP with both pots left. But in reality, it's actually Zed who's probably going to be favored in this lane right now. Keep in mind that energy or resourceless champions are extremely good at playing around their opponent's mana bar, especially before they have some sort of mana item. Because you can just spam your abilities, it's often going to be a good idea to simply just keep the mage pushed in, forcing him to expend mana just to last hit. Now with that in mind, a couple of moments later in our game, Zed goes for this trade. What do you guys think? Is this a good or a bad trade by Zed?
I guess it's a good trade because Vel'Koz doesn't have mana, but it's risky because why if the enemy jungler roams to mid and kills Zed? I think it's risky. But if Zed knew where the enemy jungler was, then I think it's a good trade, only because Vel'Koz doesn't have mana.
Well, let's see what happens first. Turns out Vel'Koz was getting a gank, and, well, Zed is forced to flash away to safety. But if we go...
Well, you see? The jungler came and he almost killed Zed. That's why I said it was risky. He saved himself, but wasted flash.
Go back to the trade, getting ganked isn't the reason Zed is forced to flash away to safety. But if we go back to the trade, getting ganked isn't the reason this was bad. It's simply that it doesn't make sense to trade right here. Zed went for his bread and butter WEQ combo and dealt some okay damage, but this is what we mean when players don't understand playing around the most important resource in the lane. Vel'Koz had full HP and he still has 2 health potions left. It'd honestly take like 3 or 4 of these combos to even threaten to kill Vel'Koz. And with Vel'Koz even having TP, this just doesn't even make sense altogether. Think about it. The Vel'Koz isn't going to take these trades over and over and over again and just die. Even if Zed did keep getting these good trades, Vel'Koz would eventually just TP back before he dies. So going back to this moment here, it doesn't matter what Vel'Koz's HP is. He's never going to die. So it's not a resource that should matter to Zed whatsoever. Instead, he should be punishing the fact that Vel'Koz is really low on mana. All Zed has to do is literally spam abilities on the wave until he gets a clean crash and can set up a recall. That's it. There's nothing Vel'Koz can do to stop that with his mana bar, which would give Zed a free base timer to heal back up and buy actual damage items to try and score a kill later on. And finally, On the flip side, Vel'Koz obviously didn't understand this win condition either. He had a perfect recall opportunity that he canceled for absolutely no reason. Zed's on low HP, but being low on HP doesn't really matter if he doesn't have the mana to actually threaten a kill. So Vel'Koz just needed to commit to the base, buy items, and TP back, and he would be winning. Instead, like in every other example we reviewed today, it seems like whichever mid laner just gets bailed out by their jungler is the one who randomly just kinda ends up winning. If you want to learn how to actually be consistent in your games though, and consistently keep tips just like these in your back pocket at all times and not be a coin flipper like every other mid laner we've watched today, then remember to sign up to Skillcapped and check out our comprehensive mid lane essentials course where we discuss all of this and so much more. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see ya in the next one.
Oh my god, I loved this video. I think it was really well made. Oh my god, I feel like I'm how do you say? Oh, I had it already saved. Oh, because I did it yesterday, I think. It seems like I'm, how do you say, when YouTubers talk about something and get paid for it. I'm sponsoring, yeah, it's like I'm sponsoring this channel. I'm not, okay, obviously. But actually, am I the only one that thinks it's really good? Because I've seen videos of people saying, Skincap is a liar. Don't watch his videos or whatever. But I watched them. I've been watching them, and I think I've improved at least a little bit. And the edits of the video are really well made. I don't know, I really like them. In fact, I like this video so much because obviously I gained a lot of new information, because when he asked the viewer what do you think this trade was good or whatever, and I answered the incorrect I made oh my god, I said the incorrect answer, so that means I have learned, and I want to try to apply what I've learned on this video. And probably tomorrow I would like to watch it again to make sure I know I have interiorized what I have learned on this video. So meanwhile I'm waiting for the game, I'm going to be rewatching it. To be honest, I think this is the best thing. Watching a gameplay of Challenger Zoe, I don't think it's the best, because it's so hard to explain for me, but from experience, watching pro players is not always the best, because you don't know what's going on inside their head. Maybe they did something in one scenario. Wait. sorry, I'm back. What was I saying? Yeah, that watching pro players often, it's like it can confuse you, because maybe the pro player is doing a certain thing, a specific thing, because of the context of that specific game, but it's probably not the best thing in general. You know, the safest thing that will win you the most of the games. Maybe he did that because in that specific scenario it was the best thing, but it's not the best thing to do most of the times, you know what I mean? So it can confuse you if you watch pro players. Maybe I should watch pro players once I'm a better player myself, so I can have a, how do you say it, critic look. How do you say, sorry. Perception, I don't know. Critical view, critical perspective. Yeah. Once I'm a better player, I can have a critical view or critical perspective of the gameplay of a pro player. I'm not gonna be thinking like as good as him, okay, but maybe I can say, okay, so he's doing this only because, I don't know, the enemy is a melee champion or whatever. So for now I'm just gonna stay on the basics and fundamentals. And by the way, I want to know, how do you pronounce melee? Because I don't think it's melee, just like that. Maybe it's melee. I don't know. What I didn't know it meant this. Oh, it means this. Okay. What do you say?
Melee. Melee.
Oh wait, I cannot hear anything.
Melee.
Melee. Okay. Oh, melee. Okay. In US.
Melee.
Melee. Okay. Melee.
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 Melee. I would say melee, I guess. As I'm from Europe, I guess I should be talking in UK English. Melee.
Melee.
Melee. Okay, melee.
Melee.
Melee. Oops. Oh.
Melee minions. Melee minions.
Melee minions. Okay. Oh, I wanted to close the video. Okay. So we are against a melee minion, or no, not minion, sorry. Against a melee champion. But I have to pay attention to her stance and that she can dash through the minions once, because if she last hit the minion with the Q or with the dash, he gets her ability resetted. Is it resetted? I don't know. So okay, I have to pay attention as the video explained to the abilities more, because I took notes about that on the first days, but I never pay attention to my ability usage. I don't really use them a lot, I think, but I don't pay attention to possible punishments on the enemy, mistakes, or anything. So I'm gonna focus on trying to punish the enemy if he does mistakes or he, and pay attention also to which minion is being shot by my minions, so I should focus on that minion in specific, and which minion I think the enemy is going to hit, so I can be prepared to punish her once she gets close to that minion, so I can just poke or trade a little bit of damage. So yeah, stay in lane farming. Don't go help my teammates so much as yesterday, because it ended up being horrible. Like it was a wrong decision that I kept making the whole game. So stay in lane, farm, and try to punish enemy mistakes. Stay in lane, farm, push the wave, roam. If I can't roam, go back to lane. If I commit to the roam or the gank, I have to be 100% sure, not be like, I don't know, maybe I kill him. No, if maybe you kill him, then you don't kill him. You go back to lane. And the enemy jungler is Seko, so he has that sword dash, but he doesn't have really stuns. He has one, okay, but it's so hard that he hits it, I think. And Irelia has TP. Okay, yeah, well, whatever, I don't want to think too much. I don't want to think about so many things. Just stay in lane, farm, punish enemy mistakes. Speaking, okay, I was gonna say that it was taking longer than usually. I'm going to close things just in case it makes my game lag or something. And then I want to take notes of what I've learned with the video, and this is recording and I'm not muted, okay. And then take notes also of the bot review, because I'm going to make mistakes 100% sure. And I'm going to higher the volume, you say, because I always see that in YouTube you can barely hear the game. So I hear the game properly. I don't know why in the video it's so low. You see, now it's a little bit high. Oh, mute. Oh, there you go. Let's see. What? Oh, we have an escape. Okay, whatever. No. Oh my god. I don't have time. I don't remember all this. It was late game, I don't know. Late game. I don't know, I think it was more or less the same, no? Oh my god. I don't know, I'm trying to do something productive. I'm just gonna watch the same video as yesterday. Or not, the video I just watched. It was this one.
How to easily avoid it. From our years of teaching low elo mid laners, we've come to realize that one of the biggest reasons why almost everyone sucks at getting consistent results is simply because they don't get value out of their spells. Visit
Oh god.
is especially true when reviewing players on skill shot based champions.
By the way, I don't know if you watched the video with black lines on the side of the screen. I watched the videos with black lines on top of and on the bottom because my screen has a lower resolution or some. I think it's because of that. It's I think it's 1680 and what 180. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's like this. This is my resolution, I think. So for me, I watched the video correctly, but maybe for you, if you have a more resolution screen, a bigger resolution screen, maybe you watch them with black lines. I'm sorry about that. I cannot do anything, I think, unless buying a new screen. But I'm not gonna do that because I don't need to. So yeah,
It's like Syndra.
I'm afraid because I'm not listening the game again. It's because I have a Bluetooth speaker, and I don't know, it doesn't really work very well. So I have to like reset it by changing for the same speaker but with the mic. I press like that volume and then I change it again and it resets and now I can hear it again. Well, I don't know who is going to be new play, but I'm afraid of, of all of them. Okay, I don't have to think about that. Just focus on fundamentals. Doesn't matter. My opponent doesn't matter, at least in these ranks. This is not master or anything. People don't know how to play. So as long as I play applying what I've learned, I can defeat them, no matter who they are. I'm not muted, right? No. Okay, recording. Perfect. Oh, yeah. 150. Um, oh, and I have to remember that in minute 3, I have to ward either here or here to know where the jungler is. No. Oh. I'm going to ward bottom.
El ojo que busca el camino fácil está cerrado para siempre.
Die. I think the enemy jungler is on top because I don't see him. I'm going to stay in this place, more on the bottom of me. And I want to recall. Maybe I should have killed him. Okay, next wave, next wave. What is he doing? I knew it. Oh, the passive. I didn't remember about the passive. I knew. Okay, I knew. I didn't remember about the passive of Anivia. I knew the enemy jungler would be here because he was pushing, and she probably pushed because they were going to gank me. But I was like, I warded. If the enemy jungler was there, I would know. No, but seems like no. But it's okay. What?
El primero nunca pierde. Porque solo cambia las reglas. Pero voy a salir. La rueda gira, el día se vuelve noche.
No. I'm just gonna recall because otherwise I would mess my tempo. Okay. Nice, I'm not gonna miss so many minions. I should have gone. No. Yeah, Anivia is making a mistake now because she's not gonna get the farm. I'm gonna try to go to. Maybe I find Diana here. So I need to watch out. I think I have. Oh! I'm going to leave because Anivia is coming. I cannot do anything. I'm gonna dodge. What? I didn't? Okay, I need to ignite to gain mobility. Are you gonna warn me? No. Oh, I missed? Wait, I did Q? QRQ, no? No, I think I did QR. Damn it. Okay, she doesn't have mana, so I have the advantage now. She either recalls or doesn't do anything. I don't need to poke her to force her to recall. I don't want her to recall. So this is good. Yeah, something wrong. I'm not gonna win against two people. What's wrong? Do I hit it? Oh, I missed. She has the passive, so whatever. Okay, now I'm going bot again. This is Cannon Wave. Wait, actually I'm just gonna... I'm confused. I'm gonna ward here. I wanted to ward, but it was already warded here. So... did she recall? No. Okay, now I can go. Actually, I'm just gonna find a wave and recall. Don't want her to recall. Oh, too soon. I can get the plate actually. Okay, she has TP. Next wave, I'm going to recall only to buy. What's he doing? He's doing great. Okay, going back. I should have gone back earlier. He's roaming. Wait, whatever. Need to recall. I don't know. Maybe they are here. I'm going to buy. I think I'm going to sell this and buy this. I don't know when we should buy the first item. But yeah, whatever. I'm going to miss the cannon, bro. It always happens. This it was only the cannon, even though it's the one that provides more gold. Whatever. This is worth it? No. So I can roam now. This. Okay. And to roam. I don't know where she is. Okay, I have so much farm done. Okay, there is zone, so there's no point. Obviously I missed, enemy is coming. Invisible was going to wall. You see? Nice, well done. Oh. I don't know what that's doing. Need to work here. It's Carmen. Oh! Nice. They're going mid. Oh, I don't like this. I should have gone this way, top lane. But maybe he can kill both. Yes, let's go. What can I buy to survive against Diana? This? Should I buy this? No, Diana is AP, right? Yes. I don't know. I'm just gonna buy this. Yes. Okay, obviously Diana is bad. But I don't know, I had that time because I couldn't farm anything. I was roaming and Heimerdinger just came to me, so why wouldn't I kill him? Diana coming was unlucky. Okay, so this is worth it. Diana might be top lane. I have time? Oh my god, I have a lot of time to roam. Just wait. She's getting stunned. I missed, bro. Oh my god. There he is, bro. It's happening the same as tomorrow. Okay, that was a mechanical issue, so I don't wanna go too hard on myself. At least Anivia isn't getting farm either. I should have played differently. The Diana is on top. Nice. I had mechanical issue, okay. That's something I will improve with the time, I guess. I don't know where she is. Oh my god, I got distracted. I'm gonna ward here. Farm this. And then roam to bot because they need help. Again. Nice. If I don't miss any minion, it would have been a perfect roam. It's okay. We haven't only saved our teammate. We even got a double kill. So it's perfect. We have redeemed ourselves. I'm not farming really well, but whatever. What? Q, R, Q? Oh, I did Q again. One suit? So what? One suit, I mean. Oh my god! What's up? I think I did QQR again, but I'm not learning from my mistakes. Okay, I'm gonna stay one more wave. And fine, I have dash. What? Bro, what?
Vuestra torreta ha sido destruida. Vuestra torreta ha sido destruida.
Si no fuese tan bonito, no me importaría que todo esto fuera un real. Hay agujeros en la realidad. Seré feliz mientras espero.
Racha del enemigo. Destrucción enemiga.
Nice. Sí, bien fácil, fácil.
Un aliado. Ha muerto un enemigo. Ha muerto un aliado. Ha muerto un enemigo. Vuestra torreta ha sido destruida.
Así que te lo pillo. ¿Sí? Gracias.
Racha de asesinatos.
Great. Perfect.
Un enemigo es imparable. Ha muerto un aliado.
No. Oh. Wait.
Se acabó. Ha muerto un enemigo. Tu equipo ha destruido una torreta. Vuestra torreta ha sido destruida. Tu equipo ha destruido una torreta. Ha muerto un aliado.
No, bro. I couldn't stay mid because I would have get ganked if I kept pushing. So I just roamed. I don't know.
Me gusta todo lo que veo a mi alrededor, como las texturas y las plantas.
What?
Debería...
What?
¿Hay alguien por aquí?
Someone has to go top.
Ha sido destruida. Un enemigo es imparable. Vuestro inhibidor ha sido destruido.
Oh my god, I could have killed him. Okay, I need to reset my mentality. I need to go on the side lanes and farm until until here. But I have to be careful because if I get ganked, I will die. Now I'm going bot. I don't want to be fighting in stupid fights like here, for example. This farm on the lanes, side lanes.
Un enemigo está. Ha muerto un enemigo. Ha muerto un aliado. Ha muerto un aliado.
Mm. Okay, everybody hits on my spawn so I can push a little bit.
Ha sido destruida.
Cannot do anything about it.
Ha sido destruido.
I don't know, bro. I don't think the mistake is not going to defend there. The mistake was done before and it snowballed. And what do you like? What do you expect me to do? To kill 5 people by myself? That wasn't going to happen.
segundos para los súbditos.
Be right back. Okay, I'm back. By the way, I didn't put the timer. We're gonna hold 20 minutes. Lower the volume. time to get some notes. I just forgot what I was going to note. Oh, Q QR. You see, I didn't do it correctly. I should recall now. Oh no, wait, actually I didn't want Anivia to recall, so I had to get to push it, I think. Maybe if I left, she wouldn't have recalled. What am I doing? Oh, I was pointing out that this was worth it. You see, she cannot recall because she doesn't want to lose farm. She's going to have to recall anyway, so I did my job because I made her lose minions. Even though she TPs, she lost every minion. Even this one. It's too late, bro. You should have come earlier, bro. What are you doing? No, bro. Wait, now that you recall, now I have to. It's impossible to not lose minions. I don't have time to go. I think it only works if the enemy kills my wave and lets his wave leave. But if nobody's here, I'm gonna miss the minions, no matter how fast I go. So I guess I have to recall when I pushed my wave and the enemy is on the mid lane and is going to push mine, so I have time to go back. So if the mid laner, if the enemy mid laner isn't on the lane and I have pushed my wave, I shouldn't recall unless I like have a lot of gold or I need to heal myself and roam. I think that's a good moment to roam. In order to not miss fun when I recall in the tempo, because I don't think that's in tempo. Let's see. I think that is the way to not miss minions. Even though I do perfect recall timing, I push the wave, I recall, the cannon wave is coming over here. It's like, oh my god, I have enough time. No, because if this lane is empty of enemy players, the minions will kill each other here, and by the time I come, there will be only like 3 minions, and the cannon will be dead unless it just spawned. I don't have time to come. But if the enemy is here and farms my wave, his wave will be alive enough time, and the time the enemy wave comes from here to here, I will be here already, and maybe I lose 1 minion because of the tower shooting him. But the other ones, I can get the other ones, including the cannon, which is the important one. So I think that's the way, that's the difference. And if I push the wave and I don't have to recall, and the enemy isn't here, even though the enemy is here as well, if I have pushed my wave on my dead time, I should be roaming, unless I have to really recall, buy or whatever. In case I have to recall, I guess, and the enemy isn't here, I don't think I should recall, because if the enemy isn't here, I don't know. It's more, I don't know. I think I should stay if the enemy isn't here, push, and then roam. And once, by the time the enemy is here and I have pushed my wave, that's when I have to recall and buy. I think that's it. I should try that just tomorrow. Wait, why am I there? What happened? Said, oh, okay, I was trying to roam, but they saw me. I shouldn't have done this, because if they saw me, I should go back. Okay, I did go back, but it was too late, bro. I should have come back earlier. Here, I should have come back already. Here, this turn around, bro. Turn around. They're watching you. Oh wait, they aren't yet. They are not. And wait, oh, this was warded. So they saw me on the beginning. This was good. This was good. Even though I made a mistake, I like how I managed to keep myself patient and knew everything they were going to do. I knew she was going to wall me here, so I kinda like baited. She walled me here. I don't know why. Like, this was a stupid wall because I could have just keep going here. But if I still go here, yeah, I don't know. I wanted to go this way. I knew she was going to kill me, so it was a easy prediction if I went straight in a straight line. So I had to flash to dodge both abilities. And with the flash, I gained more speed, movement, and yeah, that's it. I had to flash. If I didn't flash, I would have died. But the mistake, I shouldn't even have used flash. It's just that I committed and stayed here for too long. So yeah, I just have to go back earlier, quicker, so I wouldn't have to have this flash. Because Diana would have been really far away from me. Did I recall? Oh yeah, I'm gonna lose minions. Middle cannon. Wait, where am I? Where the fuck I am? What? I died or what? Wait, I died? What happened? Oh. I roamed and I saw him, so I killed him. And now I should have gone top lane, bro. Oh my god. Because I knew Diana was coming from one side or another. Or well, not from here. So I just had to go this way, bro. I'm not so strong to fight Diana or an idiot. And I even got stunned. Should have gone top, bro. I was like, okay, if I go top, I'm by myself, I'm going to die 100%. Here maybe I can, Pantheon can defend me. Honestly, I think this is a good thing. Because if I went top, I couldn't have help, I don't know. It would have been a 1v1, so maybe Pantheon could have killed both anyways. Because Diana will be here, I would have died anyways. But I don't know. I think it didn't matter what I did, I would have died anyways. But I died for a kill, so I guess it's a trade. Here I missed, bro. I cannot miss these things, bro. I could have killed both people. If I didn't miss the Varus, he would be low. And now, well, I don't. Maybe he wouldn't have died, but he would have. Caitlyn would have killed him. She died because of my fault, bro. Because of me.
Una torreta del equipo rojo ha sido destruida. I should have farmed this already, but I missed both Qs. So mechanical issue. This will be fixed by practicing the combo QRQ. QRQ. You see here, I should recall. Yeah, nice. Wait, I didn't? Oh man. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't die because of me not recalling. I died because I was playing really close to her and didn't flash in time. I was like, I don't need flash. Or I should have flashed here, from here to here. Instantly, bro. Ability is written like that, like this. Ability or ability?
It doesn't have H, right? Okay. Ability. Ability. Use them more, please don't say them for the next game.
I'm going to watch this and that's it. Let's see what happened here. I get stunned. I stun her. I don't have. Wait, I have flash, right? Oh, I don't. So, what could I have done here? Just try to kill Anivia, right? In fact, I killed her, but she has the passive, so nothing I can do about that. I think she dies now. I guess I traded somehow. What scaling knight? So basically the mistake was not paying attention to, well, not respecting Anivia, because I shouldn't have been so close to her. Here I should be saying, okay, I'm going to go back because she's gonna kill me and I'm going to get stunned. But I got like, no, I'm just going to farm. You see? Or dodge sideways, bro, don't go that way. Too late, too late. Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna recap my deaths and what's my whole deaths, all of my deaths. So here I have died once. Didn't respect her. I don't know about this. I should have gone top lane maybe. Maybe shouldn't have roamed.
died. Died because mechanical issues, repositioning. Okay, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.